Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. By using code SALT, you can get 20% off your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we'll be full highest special attacking Pokemon team for Generation 9. I picked out the highest special attackers that were non-legendary and I put them onto one team. Can you guess what the highest special attackers are? Let me know in the comment section of the video and maybe you can guess before this video starts. I've got 4 battles today with this team and we had some great battles to share with you, so it's going to be awesome. First battle in, this one is against Mario, and these battles were all done in the Poke Portal, so if there's any opponents that did actually, come across this video, let me know. We got a Mr. Pickles as the lead here, so I was a little bit salty. I'm going to go for the Energy Ball here against the Mario. It's got a Focus Sash, so I was pretty surprised by that. It's such a bulky Pokemon, and it's going to be going for Earthquake. So that is going to be the end of the Venomoth. Not the Venomoth, the Glimmora. They're both Poison-type Pokemon. Now, Glimmora, this is already a disaster of a video. Glimmora has got 130 base special attack, so it is the 4th highest Gen 9 Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Next, we're going to have his walking meme. This set is going to be a Rain Dance, Hurricane, Surf, and Twister set. Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Timid Nature, Damp Rock as the item. So with these Pokemon, right, I wanted to try and nerf them a little bit because they were pretty powerful Pokemon, so I went for a few memes here. So in comes the Blobchew. That's not a bad name. There's a Pikachu and I guess Bellybolt together, and it's really going for a light screen. So that's going to make my job as a special attacker quite difficult. And using a team like this, they were all special attackers. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around this very easy. So now they're going to go for a Volt Switch here, swapping out the Belly Bolt. And this was actually pretty cool on my Walking Wake set. It actually had a Hurricane too, which is cool because not many people really suspected me to have Hurricane. So we got a Corviknight come here with Unnerve, which is pretty interesting. I'm going to go for the Rain there. I'm making it rain. It's pouring. And now the Corviknight is not going to be storing. It's going to go for a Bulk Up. So obviously it's going to be a Bulk Up Body Press there. I'm going to see what I can do here. I'm going to try and see if I can flinch and stall that light screen out. However, it's going to be going for Body Press. I'm like, you know what? I'm probably not going to get a flinch. Let's just go for the Surf and do as much damage as I can on my turf. So that's the end of the Walking Wake there. It's not going to be walking after that. Now, the next Pokemon I'm going to bring in here is going to be Arboliva. Now, this has a thumping 125 base special attack. However, there's 3 Pokemon that have 125 base special attack, which I'll get to in a sec. So I did a little swapsy there into my next Pokemon, the Iron Moth. So this set was pretty funny. So I gave it the weakest moves that it could possibly learn. Now those moves, we've got a massive line up here. Look at this: Ember, Acid Spray, Gust, and Charge Beam. So Corviknight's going to go for a Brave Bird there, and unfortunately Iron Moth is going to get wrecked. But don't worry, it will come back in the next couple of battles there. So next Pokemon here I'm going to swap in is going to be my Fluttermane. So Fluttermane is the 2nd highest Pokemon, and Iron Moth is the highest Pokemon. So this has 135 base special attack. So I also gave this the weakest moves that it can learn. I gave it Disarming Voice, Stored Power, Charge Beam, and Icy Wind with a Throat Spray. So this might be some sort of theme team. I don't know, or just random names. So if anyone can pick up on some of these names, let me know. So we got a Brambleghast coming out here. They've got some pretty cool Pokemon, and they've got the Wind Rider to activate. So now I'm going to go into Arboliva. I'm probably expecting some sort of Ghost-type move. So they're going to go for Phantom Force. So this is pretty good here. So what I'm going to be doing, I got that poison damage from the Glimmora's Toxic Debris. Now I was like, well, I can go for a Pollen Puff here. Now, I gave it its most powerful move, which is Absorb, which is a thumping 20 base power. So, obviously, the Phantom Force is not going to affect me. Pollen Puff drops really really hard there, almost taking it out in one shot. Now, the berry this Pokemon has got is going to be a Salad Berry, which is not a bad berry there, making it quite speedy. This Bolivia set was a big Root Absorb. You got to get that, sometimes, I'm probably not going to say that. Anyway, we've got Absorb, Mirror Coat, Earth Power, and Pollen Puff, Seed Solar's Ability, and max health and max special attack minus nature. So that's the end of Bramble Gas there. In comes Belly Blobchew again. Belly Blobchew. And Belly Blobchew is going to set up the light screen there. People always say they call it like Benny Bolt because it has like a blank expression on its face. I think that's kind of mean. So I'm going to go for the Absorb there, and we got a beautiful Absorb KO there. If I didn't have that big root, I never would have got that KO. Now, the next Pokemon to come out is going to be Queen Bee, which is going to be Vespiquen. So this is where things start to get a little bit difficult, right? Now, remember, my team only has special attackers. So, say if a Pokemon come across and started setting up bulk, that's a problem. So I went for Mirror Coat there in hopes it would be a special set, but I don't really know quite what it's going to be at the moment. So I swapped out Bolivia and went into Goldengo. So Goldengo is the third highest with 133 base special attack. Now, also something to explain here too, after I've told you my amazing set, we got Steel Beam, Rest and Sleep Talk. It's a PIMPNITE special, and I've got the leftovers as the item. Max special attack and max speed, tip and nature. Now, my opponent is going to go for a Terra Vespiquen here, which is pretty cool, and it's going to be Terra Ground. Now, this isn't all that bad because at least I can do some sort of damage. Now, there's one Pokemon I've actually missed out here. So, on my team, remember at the start I said, well, I hope I said, there's 3 Pokemon that have 125 base special attack. The other Pokemon was Armorode. So, that's the third Pokemon. But since I only had 6 Pokemon, I could only use those. So, that was the other one. Basically, I just flipped a coin to see which ones I would use. So, Vespiquen's going to be able to take out my Goldengo there. I mean, it basically took itself out anyway. And now we're going to bring in, I've got 2 Pokemon left. I'm going to bring in Bolivia. So, I might be able to get some power here. So, it's going to go for, obviously, the attack. The attack of the bees there on my Bolivia, activating Seed Solar. Now, I was hoping it would have a special move. Unfortunately, it didn't there. So, it's going to have, a move to increase its bulk, special defense and defense, and they actually took that move away. They took Heal Water away, so you've got I don't know why they did that for it. Makes no sense why you take that specific move away from Vespiquen. Anyway, so I'm going to go for an Absorb there. I outsped it. I was like, what? Must be Brave Nature or something like that, because I had no EVs at all in speed. Anyway, it's going to take me out with that was attack order again, and it's got Terra Ground. So at this stage, things are looking desperate. I'm like, I don't know whether I can take this Pokemon out. Now, the only thing I was thinking, if I can get maybe a powerful critical hit maybe once, I might be able to, drop this thing. So next Pokemon is Fluttermane. So Fluttermane, the set was on this, Disarming Voice, Sword Power, Charge Beam, Icy Wind, and Terra Fairy. So there wasn't a lot I could do. I could go for Terra Fairy, but I guess I'll go for it, but there's not really going to be too much point here. I'm going to try and get as much damage as possible, but if you don't know, Disarming Voice is a fairy-type move with 40 base power. However, it is a sound-based move, so it can activate Throat Spray, so that's what I was going for. So go for that Mighty Disarming Voice here on the Vespiquen, and it does a critical hit. I was like, what? That's so lucky. I was like, I've got this, right? I can take the Vespiquen out, because they obviously would have attacked me this turn, right? Right? And Vespiquen goes for a roost. I'm like, what? So now it's going to heal itself, mostly back to force. That was my one chance. That's my one chance to take out the bulky Vespiquen. Actually, matter of fact, how's that even floating? It's literally got half a planet Earth on its head. Anyway, so I'm going to go for an Icy Wind here. And as you can imagine, it's probably going to do about as much as Disarming Voice, or a little bit less, maybe around there. So now it's going to go for another roost there. There's basically, at this stage, my opponent started really, really stalling. They just kept using roosts over and over again as I'll do Disarming Voice. I kind of wonder what was going through their head when they seen me using Ember, Absorb, Disarming Voice, stuff like that. I wonder what they were thinking. So anyway, I kept going for the Disarming Voice here, and it was about a 3K, which is pretty good. Now they're going to go for a Terra Blast Ground on my Fluttermane. That does a lot of damage. The next hit, unfortunately, will take me out. I'm going to go for the Disarming Voice, and I got another crit. You wouldn't read about it. Vespiquen is going to fake there, and that planet is going to fall on its head. Now, the next Pokemon, the last Pokemon, is going to be Noivern. It's called Boom. Oh, my goodness. And I'm going to go for the Disarming Voice. And that, my friends, is the very first battle. What a battle that was. That was crazy. Thank you, Mario, there for the battle. I mean, I'd be a little bit salty too, but you know, you did stall. You could have just gone for Terra Blast. I probably would have lost. Let's get on to battle number 2. This is a battle against Grim Shade. If you're enjoying the video so far, too, people, make sure you've hit that like button and you left a comment, because that's how you get to see my videos in the subscriptions and the recommend, but you won't see them. All right, first Pokemon here we got is Miraidon. So I've got Glimmora. I didn't actually get to explain Glimmora. So this is a Venoshock. Venomoth. That's why I called it Venomoth before, because I went Venoshock. Anyway, I got destroyed there by a Volt Switch. I was like, man, this team was pure sweat, by the way. So we had the Miraidon go for a Volt Switch. In comes, what was it? Gargara? I don't even know what that means. So next Pokemon is going to be my Iron Wing. So sorry, my Iron Moth there. I mean, it does have Iron Wings. Look at them there. They're floating. So I'm going to go for the Acid Spray. It drops it in one shot. I was like, that's awesome too. That was amazing start to battle. A little bit of disrespect. So I was like, you know, things are hopeful. I've taken one Pokemon out. Now, there was a little bit of a delay there, and then they brought in the, we got the Iron... They called it another name. It's not that. Iron Leaf. So Iron Leaf's going to get a boost there with its Electric Seed. So a defensive boost, and now Quiet Drive is going to boost its attack stat there. Sorry, it's a speed stat. No, sorry, was it a speed? Yeah, anyway, it boosted one of its stats there. As you know, now I went for a Terra here. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for Terrafire Ember. This is going to be only on PIMPNITE Shadow, and I'm hoping I can get the KO right. Now, this is max special attack and max speed, modest nature. I've popped the Terrafire Ember, and Iron Leaves has gone down to one shot. So, surely, you know, there must be a little bit of salt build up at the moment. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be Koraidon. We have a Rider, we have a Koraidon, all the gang are here today. So it's going to have its little ability activate. And I'm going to go for the Acid Spray here, because I thought that may be handy with my other Pokemon. Say I bring Flutter Mane in or something like that. Now they're going to go for a U-turn. U-turn's not going to be able to fake me. I guess they didn't have too much to hit me with. Like, say they had a Fire-type move, a Fighting-type move, and U-turn. So maybe they don't have much to hit me with. So in comes the Roaring Moon here. What is that? I have no idea what they... Ruget Loon? What does that even mean? Anyway, so I went for Acid Spray again. They're going to go for the little Timmy Dragon Claw, and that is the end of the Iron Moth. But a solid performance there. I was pretty happy about that. Now, what I'm going to do here, the coast is clear. I'm going to go into Flutter Mane, because I can go for a Disarming Voice and easily be able to take this out. You know, if they swap into another Pokemon, it's okay, because, you know, there's a lot of Pokemon that are quite weak to this. So that's the end of the Roaring Moon there. So a solid performance, very, very nice. And now my Throat Spray is going to activate, which is great too, you know. So everything is going pretty swimmingly at the moment. Now, the next Pokemon is a Walking Wake. So we both have a Walking Meme here. Now, this can get hit pretty hard by Disarming Voice. However, my opponent is going to go for a Terra. So I wonder what Terra they're going to turn this into. A lot of the time they go Terra Water, and it was Terra Mod. So, you know, got that, you know, that clown mode activated. It seriously does look like a clown hat. I don't know, I can't unsee that. So now we're going to go for that Disarming Voice there on the Walking Wake. Does a lot of damage. And now they're going to go for a Terra Water Hydro Steam. So that's going to not be effective, obviously, caused by the sunlight. And Flutter Mane is going to flutter right out of this battle. So that was still pretty good. I got some nice damage there. I was this close for going for Charge Beam, you know. So I swapped in my own Walking Meme here. Now, I was thinking to myself, I should be able to live this. Let's go for Rain Dance. Let's get rid of that sun. And then I can go for Hurricane. I know they're probably going to go for like a Dragon-type move. And also, that'll get rid of their ability there. So they're going to go for Dragon Pulse like I knew they would. And since they didn't have that boost, I just lived. It was so close. That was awesome. The electricity's gone. Now I'm going to go for a Hurricane here. I can't miss, which is excellent. And Walking Wake is not going to be walking anymore. So this battle is starting to fire up here. So we got Miraidon and Koraidon left. Now, I knew that I wouldn't be able to beat Miraidon. No way. If I get some damage against it, that'd be cool. That's the best thing I could possibly do. So I went for the Twister there. Twister does over half health. I was like, it got a crit. That's amazing. Am I going to get a flinch? And I didn't get a flinch. I was like, you know what? I'm happy with the crit. That was really, really good. So that's going to be able to take me out there with Electro Snore. And I've got 2 more Pokeball left. So I was thinking I might be able to defeat this. So I'm going to go into my next, which is Believe It. I've got the Mirror Coat. This is perfect. They've gone for an overheat in the rain. God, that did so much damage still coming off Miraidon's Thumping special attack. Now the Seed Sower is going to activate here. I went for Mirror Coat, so regardless what special move they use, I was always going to be victorious there. So that's the end of the Miraidon. Last Pokemon is going to be Koraidon. Now I've got Goldengo on the back, but like, man, I don't know what I can do here. I'd say we know that it's got U-turn. I'm sure that it's got something like Sword Dance, and they've got Ice Fang. I'm like, wait a second. U-turn, collision course, Ice Fang. I wonder if it has anything to hit Goldengo with. So I've swapped in the big boy, and now what I'm going to do is go for the Steel Beam here. And they've got U-turn, so they've got nothing to do against me here, right? I thought they may have Flare Blitz or something like that, but they're going to take a Steel Beam right on the nose. Ouch, that was coming out of a hose, and that is the end of Koraidon, and that's also the end of the battle too. Thank you, Grimshade, for the battle too, whoever you are. I hope you enjoyed the Terrifire Ember, because I sure did. Let's get on to battle number 3 here. This is about, I have no idea what my opponent's name here. Maybe someone can translate. So we got a Sarah Ledge lead. I've got my Walking Wake here, so this isn't a bad matchup. So I thought, let's go for Rain Dance here, and then I can go for Surf, maybe. It might be like it could be a weakness policy set though, so I don't really know. So they're going to go for a Phantom Force, disappearing. They're like, well, I mean, I'm going to swap out. How about I go into Bolivia, right, and take the Ghost type move, then I could, or Glimora, go get that Toxic Debris up. I was thinking about going to Bolivia. I was like, well, what do I do after that? Like, say I swap it in, then what? What am I going to go for an Absorb? I'm not going to do anything. So I went to Glimora there. I've got the red card here. This is my Glimora I used in my sweep. My Glimora sweep. It was the Venoshock, Ancient Power, Energy Ball, Rock Polish set, red card, Toxic Debris, and we've got Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Modest Nature. Sorry, Timid Nature. So we come to Cinderace. Now, Cinderace, it's going to go for a high jump kick here, and Glimora is going to get cleaned up once again. Like, this got wrecked in a lot of battles. Like, some battles it did really well, but most of today's battles, it was like a punching bag. It sort of looks like a little blue punching bag if you take away like the eyes and stuff. All right, we're going to go into Bolivia now. Now I'm going to do a double swap because I thought I could bait out a high jump kick into like Flutter Mane or Goldengo. So they're going to go for the high jump kick, which is great. So that's not going to affect me being a ghost type, and they're going to expend a lot of health there. They're going to crash. So I start to think like maybe they're going to go for a Sucker Punch. So I was like, let's go into Bolivia, then they'll faint to the poison, right? So I made a little bit of an over-prediction here. They went for Pyro Ball, which I felt was maybe they could go for, but I thought that maybe Sucker Punch was like more of an option. So unfortunately with the Pyro Ball, not that it did a lot of damage, it's going to activate my Seed Sower, and it's going to enable the, I nearly called it Lopunny there, Cinderace leave. Then they popped the Blast Burn. Blast Burn, high jump kick. What is going on in this set? So I think they picked like the strongest move that Cinderace gets there. So not a bad set of the Cinderace, so we're pretty cool. Now the next Pokemon I come out here is going to be the Scarlet. So we're probably thinking they're going to go for Bitter Blade, but I was like, the rain's up. I think I've got this. So here comes Bitter Blade. I just lived on 44 health then, so that was really, really cool. Now, Earthbound's going to do some good damage, but it isn't quite enough to take it out, sadly. It was very, very close, though. It was very, very close. I would have got it if I don't know whether it was min or max damage, but I was happy about that. So with Bolivia, it's a nice support Pokemon, but you can't really sleep on its special attack too. It's got a lot, it's got a great ability too. I think it's quite a sort of underrated Pokemon. So that's the end of Bolivia. And we're going to send in our next Pokemon, which is going to be Walking Away. So I'm going to go and finish it off with a Surf there. So that's the end of that. Man, I could have some of those Olivs on Bolivia. Like, I like the real salty ones. Like, and there's these ones that have like, they have like a hollow center and there's like something in the middle of them. I don't know whether it's like red. I don't know what it is, but I had one of them and I bit into it. It didn't taste like good, but I had these ones that were just like, they were like drenched in salt. And they were pretty good. I actually really quite liked them. They're probably the only type of olives that I like. Anyway, I have no idea what they're called or whether, but they were pretty good. So anyway, in comes Garchomp there. I'm going to take it out with a Icy Wind, which is cool, blowing out the competition. Next Pokemon is Miraidon, so of course, a little favorite here. Now, I can go for a disarming voice. Will it take it out? No, but it's going to do a decent amount of damage, of course, there. So we're going to go for Icy Wind instead. I changed my mind. I thought I'm probably not going to feint it regardless, so how about I do a good amount of damage and drop its speed, so that should help me out like further down the train. So here comes the Electro Drift on my Fluttermate. I lived on 12 health. That was a very, very close thing, which is good. So I'm like, okay, this should do some pretty good damage. So go for Disarming Voice, and since Miraidon's got a lot of bulk to it and Disarming Voice is virtually trash, which is why I want to use it, that was not enough to take it out. Now they're going to go spam the Electro Drift button again. And that is the end of the Flutter main. But it's also almost the end of Miraidon too, because it's only on like a little bit of health. Now I could virtually bring in any Pokemon. Even Goldengo could probably come in and outspeed it. I'm sorry, no, not my Goldengo, I believe it, but that's already funny. So I'm going to finish it off with an Ember. I couldn't help myself, and that is the end of Miraidon, which is beautiful. We had a lot of disrespect KOs in this video. It's some good stuff. So next Pokemon is going to be Azumarill. I guess we have Easter coming up soon, right? I have to do another. I mean, I've done it. What team can I do for Easter? I've done an Easter team. I've done a Rabbit team. I don't know. Like, I've done a Marill evolution team. I've done a Togepi evolution. I got to think of something. Like, someone's got to rise up in the comment section and provide a cool idea there. I'm thinking like going over my head right now. If someone can think of something cool, let me know. So anyway, we're gonna go for a Surf here, and that is gonna be the end of the Azumarill. I remember doing like this little Easter egg hunt when I was a kid, right? And one of them was hid under my bicycle, like under the wheel, right? Like I had my bicycle parked there, right? Out comes King Toilet, by the way. And like when I found all the eggs, right, but I didn't find the one that was under the bicycle wheel, like sitting up against it. So I got my bike and I rode on it and I squashed it into the ground. I was pretty sad about that. I was trying to scrape this Easter egg off the ground, and it's like got this face on it, and it's like squashed into the ground. So I was very upset about that. So, amazing story there. Anyway, has anything like that ever happened to you? So next Pokemon here is going to be my Twister Terra walking weight, and I thought this is appropriate. The toilet can swirl around, and so can Kingambit. And that is the end of the battle there. Thank you to my opponent, whoever that was. It was a fun battle. Let's get on to the fourth and final battle here. Also don't know my opponent's name here, but I'm sure it's going to be a fun battle. Someone wants to translate. Okay, we've got a naughty little Pokemon to start off with, a Goldengo. So if you get any Pokemon with these website names, virtually just get them and throw them into the bin. So Glimora isn't probably what I want here for a matchup, so I'm swapping that out and go into Uplive, expecting maybe a Ghost Spook, and it's going to go for Make It Rain. Now, Make It Rain is going to drop the Goldengo special attack. Interestingly enough here, they actually doubled up on their attacking move. They had Flash Cannon, so Flash Cannon and Make It Rain. So, I don't know, like, I think it's better to run one, not both of them at the same time, because you're sort of taking up another moveset. So, I managed to get a little bit of damage there just due to the drop on Make It Rain and the overall bulk of Uplive, which is cool. And I got a little bit of a damage there. So we're going to go to the next Pokemon, which is going to be Walking Wake. So I can go for Rain Dance here. I'm confident I can easily live any attack at all. Like, maybe not a crit, though. I mean, a crit would do a lot of damage, but it probably wouldn't one-shot me. So there goes the Shadow Ball. As you can see, it's going to do nothing. I'm going to heal up a little bit. Now I can go for the Surf and take out the Goldengo. Goldengo should have a surfboard on the, like, when it comes onto the field, it goes in on a wave of money. How good would that be? Like, someone's got to hire me for, like, Game Freak. I've got some good ideas. Like, you send it out of the Pokeball, right? No Max Revive for you. And then, it's like a money wave, and it's riding in onto the battle. That'd be so good, right? Anyway, out comes Koraidon. Never seen this Pokemon before. It's going to activate my ability, which is actually quite good, boosting my special attack. This is like the moment where I wish I had Hydro Steam, but I didn't want to run like Sweat, so I went for Surf instead. So I'm going to go for a Terra. I was like, you know what? Let's go for the Terra Dragon. I'm going to try and get like a Twister Flinch here. Like, I've been trying for like ages and ages. I think I got like one or two of them. So go for the Twister, and it almost took it. It was so close, and they're going to go for an Outrage. So Outrage will definitely one-shot me there, but I was this close. If I got a flinch there, it would have been fine. So that's the end of Walking Meme. Next Pokemon to bring in is going to be my Fluttermane. It's like, this is perfect. I really want to go for a weaker move. I was like, nah, I'm going to go for Disarming Voice, get that special attack boost up there. So that's the end of Koraidon. I've got my special attack boost there from Disarming Voice. It's probably the first time you've ever seen someone use a Flutter Mane with Disarming Voice. I mean, then again, this is PIMPNITE's channel, right? This is where the memes are alive. So in comes the Mimikyu. It's going to have its disguise busted. And interestingly enough, it's going to be a special Mimikyu. So that was pretty cool. I didn't expect that. I thought they'd just go for the the typical one. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go for Disarming Voice again. That does not take it out. And this was an amazing item on the Mimikyu. They had an Orange Berry on their Mimikyu. I was like, man, I got to try Orange Berry Mimikyu, you know. That's how you deal with the Mimikyu nerf. It was such an amazing, powerful nerf on Mimikyu. Like, you know, when you get rid of disguise, it loses 1 health. So you get the Orange Berry to heal it. It's Galaxy Brain stuff. So that's the end of the Mimikyu there. Now, the next is, we got another scummy website, Pokemon, and it is another Cinderace. You watch this. I'm going to show you something you've probably never seen in your life before. Just keep watching, right? Now, it's going to go for a bounce here. I didn't expect bounce, I'll be real. I went for Charge Beam. I'm trying to boost up my special attack and stuff. So, Flutter Mane's going to take a bounce there, and it's not very bulky on the defensive side, so Cinderace is going to be able to take it out. So I'm thinking, all right, I've got a mechanic I think I might try here. So I went into my Volcarona here, and I'm thinking to myself, my Iron Moth. I always do that, right? What can I do here? Are they going to go for bounce again? So I went for Charge Beam, all right? Okay, it missed, fair enough. Then I was like, wait a second. I've got Gust on this set. Now, Gust is one of the rare moves that can actually hit an opponent when they bounce up in the sky. So I was like, I hope they use bounce again, because I went for Gust. Watch this, ready? I've gone for the Gust, and it's taken them out. Man, that was so situational. I wonder what they're thinking right now. So that's the end of the set. Like, the video deserves a like after the Gust KO in the air. Come on. And we got Iron Leaves coming in. I went for the Ember. It was pretty close, and now it's going to go for a Snore Blade and take out my Iron Moth. It was pretty close, though. How about that Gust KO? So there's 2 Pokemon left. I'm like, all right, let's go into Goldenga. I mean, what are they going to be able to do to it? So I'm going to fire that Steel Beam here, outspeeding it, and that is the end of the Iron Leaves. And that is also the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed all the battles here, people. Really fun team to do. I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos. Peace out.